What's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 7:45 a.m. Tuesday morning, August the 27th, 2024. Dear our Lord, I'm headed over to North Augusta, South Carolina. I'm currently leaving the gas station. I had to stop and get me a green Monster and a pink Gatorade. And then I got my 32 ounces of liquid IV over here and my gallon jug of water. Got to stay hydrated, you know. But tell you what, I'm gonna have to take a bathroom break in about 2 hours. It normally hits me. Something about them green Monsters and pink Gatorades, man. I gotta go find a tree to stand in front of. But I probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube, man. That's unprofessional. I'm sure y'all don't want to hear that, no way. But anywho's, I come up with an idea last night for the beginning of 2025, and this is really going to depend on how many customers I can retain going into the new year. Now, I already know right off of the rip I'm losing 4 customers. Not anything that they did, not anything that I did, but it's just they get in the way. I mean, nothing against them. They're great customers. They really are. And I'm making, they're in South Carolina. They're over in that golf course community. And if I've said it once, I've said it 100,000 times, that I'm driving 40 minutes one way to get to the first property over there. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm making good money over there, but I do believe, and I'm taking a risk on this, I really am going to be taking a risk on this. I believe that if I drop those 4 customers, that I will have a whole extra day, and you're going to pick up you're going to get new leads at the beginning of every season. That's just the way it goes. But I do believe that if I drop those 4 customers and pick up 5 or 6 customers, just 5 or 6, that I can replace all 4 of those customers and stay right here within 5 minutes of my base, my house, my garage, and be more profitable. For one, it'll be less hours on the clock, what I like to call it, and it'll be less fuel that I'm using. It's just my theory. But also, if I don't lose, including those 4, you know, if 6 other customers, if I don't lose 6 other customers outside of those 10 customers, you know, it'll be 10 in all. If I don't lose more than 10 customers this coming up year, 2025, before I even start that, I'm also debating on dropping everything I have in Richmond County. I have 3 that are right across the Richmond County line, and it's a hassle for me to go get a business license in Richmond County at the beginning of the year, and it's not necessarily the most profitable yards I have. They're probably the lowest 3 yards I have. But if that's the only, not saying that I am going to drop those, but just say I do, that's 7 properties. Okay, if less than 3 other properties drop me going into the new year, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my price $10. And I say $10 because normally everything I have around here is bi-weekly. You know, if I have weekly customers, I do give them somewhat of a break. I charge them, you know, my minimum for them is $5 less than what it is on a bi-weekly property, just because simple fact, 9 times out of 10 on bi-weekly properties, I have to double mow it. I'll have to go over it once with the green guard down, or advanced chute system, the chute blocker. I have to go the entire lawn with the chute blocker down, and then go back over it with it open to disperse the clippings. But I don't have to do that with weekly properties because they get cut enough to where the grass clippings are small enough that they don't have to be mulched. They just go straight into the ground and decompose that way. But I think I'm gonna try it. If I don't lose more than 10 customers this coming up year, that's with me dropping customers and customers dropping me. I think what I'm going to do is every lead I get, my minimum's going up. Okay, right now my minimum is $65. Okay, $65 is a weekly loan that is just flat as a board. Okay, flat as a board, has zero sidewalks that have to be edged, and they're not corner lots, no obstacles, just your basic plain Jane cookie cutter lot. $65, something I can get in and out of, and as a solo operator in 15 or 20 minutes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my minimum $10. I'm going to raise it up to $75. That's for new leads. Now, I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked at the numbers for this year yet. The year's not done. But I'm going to look at the numbers for mowing this year, and I'm going to determine whether or not I was profitable and still have good margins on all my properties. But on my properties that I've been having, if everything is good, I'm going to leave the prices alone because I'm already at a high profit margin for all of those properties. And so I think anything new coming in 2025, I'm going to go up $10. Like a basic property is going to be $75. If it's a weekly property, it's going to be $85. I'm sorry, bi-weekly property is going to be $80, not $85, and it'll go up from there. And I'm just going to see what happens. And I say that because I want to be as profitable as humanly possible before I hire another employee. You know, I was still making a good profit when I had an employee this summer, and I'm almost to a point to where I can't get it done. Now I do have another day, Thursday of this week. You know, I'm only mowing 4 days a week. I mow Monday through Thursday. Unless it rains, then I'll mow Friday or Saturday. I'll do whatever I got to do to get caught up. But I leave Fridays and Saturdays open for rain and landscaping. Preferably landscaping, but if it rains, I use Friday and Saturday to get caught up. And I will not work on Sunday. I've already told y'all that. But I do have Thursday of this week. Every other week on Thursday, I'm off. And I'd like to keep it that way for a while because of the simple fact, I mean, I've got 59 customers right now, okay? Or no, I lost one the other day. I got 58 customers. And I'm getting those 58 customers done in a 7-day span. 4 days 1 week and 3 days the next. And I'm making really good money doing that. But I would like to leave that 4th day open on the off week for a little while until I do get to a point where I have to hire somebody. Just because, one, that's an extra day that I can make up work on. 2, that's another day that I can use for landscaping jobs. You know, example, mulch, pine straw, rocks, big bush jobs, tree jobs, sod installation, shrub installation, just different things like that. That's another day that I can use for big money jobs. And that actually helps me having a only mowing 3 days on that off week. That actually helps me more than it does hurt me. So I think what I'm going to do, honestly, like I said, I'm going to have to look at my numbers to see what happens, and also 2025 is going to determine what I do. But I think I'm going in at weekly properties starting out at $75 and bi-weekly properties starting out at $80. And this is going to be just for mowing, not bushes or anything like that. You know, if it's just 1 or 2 bushes here and there, yeah, I'll nick the tops of them to get the shoots off of them, or to keep them from having shoots. But like I said, man, I want to do everything I can in my power to be as profitable as possible before I hire another employee, because I already know I'm gonna have to pick up some new yards in 2025 because I'm dropping everything on today's route. I'm dropping the entire route. It's just too far out, and plus the people over there are kind of a pain. But dropping everything over there, and it's very possible that I may drop the stuff in West Augusta over in Richmond County, but we'll see about that. But yeah, just give me your thoughts on that, and what would y'all do? I mean, have you guys ever done this before? And if you did it work? You know, I like having an employee just because of the simple fact it does get lonely out here when you're by yourself all day. And you know, I came from a job where I was lonely all the time, had nobody in the truck with me ever, and I'm used to that, and it doesn't bother me. But I do like having somebody to talk trash with and talk about football, hunting, fishing, you know, just different things like that. I do like having somebody. And also I do like having somebody in my hip pocket. That way, in case we do get behind because of rain or something like that, we can get caught up fairly quickly without having to worry about working on the weekend. But yeah, just drop me a comment down below and let me know if y'all have ever done that before. Have y'all ever been faced with a situation like that where you need to figure something out? And because I'm right now, like I said, man, I'm torn on whether or not I do want to hire somebody. I'd like to finish this year out solo and let next year determine what I decide to do. But I'm seriously contemplating doing that, just going up on all of my customers, because I'm already at a point to where I'm closing. Right now, I'm closing about 60% of all the leads that I get, and I feel like that's a good number. But I've also been told in years past, not been told, but different YouTube videos. I want to say it was Jonathan down at Florida Turf Pros, Keith Kalfas, Jason Creel over at Lawn Care Life. Who else? I mean, it's so many others. Mike Andes is one. It's just so many of them. I think Russell up at Gwinnett Lawns put out a video on it not too long ago. And shout out to you, Russell, if you see this. You've been putting out some good content here lately, man. But I'm seriously debating on doing it, man, because I do want to have an employee. I want to get to a point where I can create jobs for other people, but at the same time, I want to be as profitable as possible before I do that. And I want to have plenty of capital built up. And also another thing I'm thinking about doing is looking at the bottom 10 or 15 properties that I have. And when I say bottom 10 or 15, I'm talking about the 10 or 15 properties that are least profitable as far as my man-hour rate. What I call it effective hourly rate. And I price everything like it's 2 of us working, and my man-hour rate is $70 an hour. So 2 people working would be $140. But that's the way I price everything. So I'm thinking about looking at my bottom 10 or 15 properties and going up on the price, you know, not a whole lot, no more than $5 per service, but just going up on the price to be as effective and as profitable as possible. And also, I've got some gigantic yards that probably not this year, because I'm making a very, very good profit on them, but maybe the following year, once I get a little bit bigger, once I pick up 20 or 30 more properties, I'm thinking about dropping those big gigantic yards, because that's a lot of time spent on properties that I'm driving 20, 25 minutes to get to, and when I could be staying closer to home and knocking 3 or 4 yards out in the time that I'm doing one property. So, like I said, man, just let me know what your thoughts are on that, and have you ever done that before? And if you did, how did it work for you? But I'm wanting to stay right around that 50% close rate on leads. And right now I'm right around 60, and I feel like that's a little too high. I would like to be in the upper echelon of pricing in my area, and I think my work backs that up. But also, man, another thing I want to talk about for some of you new guys, you know, if you're on the fence about, you know, you've already started your business, you know, you're a and you may even be full-time in your business, but you're on the fence about going full-time in your job, or you're just trying to get newer clients. I'll give you some ideas that actually did help me, and believe it or not, it really did help me. For one, the main thing is when you go out to a property and you do a walk around with, if you're with a customer, or you do deal with the customer face to face, when you go out there, have confidence, okay? Know your numbers. And when I used to be bad about this, somebody would ask me what the damage is going to be to get something done. I would look at them, I'd be like, about 60. Man, don't do that. Look at them. Know your number. You know, first off, know your numbers, okay? Know exactly how long it's going to take you to do something within a minute or two, and know your man-hour rate. And then when they ask you what the price is going to be, just tell them the price with 100% confidence. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't owe them any explanation at all. Just tell them a price. And if they balk at that price, or they question that price, or they act like that's a high price, just say, okay, well, if you decide to change your mind, let me know. That's all you've got to do, okay? That's the first thing. Have confidence in your pricing. And the second thing is, get you some shirts, man. It don't cost a whole lot of money to get shirts. Get you some shirts with your logo. I think I bought 5 shirts for right around $100. These little dry fit material shirts. Get you 5 of them. And have your logo printed on them. Put your contact information on the back. Get your logo on the front. I wouldn't worry about putting your name on there. I mean, you can if you want, but at least get your logo on there. The name of your company, your logo, and all of your contact info. And you don't have to get all of it. You know, you can just put your phone number on there, be just fine. But if you have a website or a Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, things like that, you can put all that on there. But I want to say for mine, 5 shirts for 3 different colors. A 3-color logo was I want to say it was $105 or $110. And yeah, you can do it yourself if you have the equipment to do it with, but I just don't want to be aggravated with it, and I'd rather have somebody do it that's professional at it. But do that. Get you some shirts. That way people know exactly who you are when you're on their property, and you just look that much more professional. The third thing is, this can get kind of pricey, but if you do like I did and somebody is willing to swap work with you and build you a website for 8 to 10 mows in a year, hey man, jump on that, because websites are expensive and they really do take your business to the next level. And plus, you know, you kind of add value when you have a website. You know, if people are looking at your website, you've got photos on there and things like that, it gives them something to gauge it off of to see if you're a company that they want to deal with before they even reach out to you, for one. And for two, a lot of times you can add a request a quote feature or icon to that website, and it makes it extremely easy for them to do. So do that, because when you have a website, man, it almost seems like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. He's been doing this for a little while. He's past the learning stage, and this guy's a legitimate business owner. He's got a nice looking website, man, and it's been well thought out. It makes you look that much more professional. And 9 times out of 10, what I say 9 times out of 10, what I have found is people that contact you through your website expect you to be expensive. And they typically don't balk at your prices, man. You know, you do have the occasional, oh, this guy's outrageous. But, you know, when you have a website, man, it just makes you look like you're top tier at what you do. And the quality of customers is just so much better. They expect to spend a lot of money, and they expect to deal with somebody that's confident in what they're doing. But that's one thing. And then another thing is, I have not done this yet because I'm scared to spend the funds to do this, but I know it'll work. And that's get your logo, your information and all that, somehow or another, put it on your vehicle and your trailer. Okay, whether it be you go and have it wrapped, or whether you just have some letters printed up and put on your vehicle and trailer, whatever it may be, man, that way people know who you are. And when you do that, you're a rolling billboard, and also it makes you look like a legitimate company, man. You know, when people are when people, especially a website, you know, when people reach out to folks that have websites, have lettered up vehicles and trailers, they're dealing with they're expecting that they're dealing with somebody. Yeah, this guy's probably got insurance, he knows what he's doing, I don't have to worry about this guy doing a bad job or anything like that. So yeah, I think this is probably a guy I want to deal with. So do that, see what happens. And it needs to be done anyway, eventually, in your business. So now, while you're still in the growing phase of your business and you haven't gone full time yet, spend that money now while you're not depending on it. And just see what happens, man. You know, take the risk now when it's a low risk. You know, a guy like me that's doing this full time and I'm depending on my company to pay my bills, it would be a lot harder for me to do that. But even then, it's still getting done. But yeah, guys, all that, drop me some comments down in the box below. Let me know what y'all think, if y'all done any of these things, and if y'all have actually tried any of this stuff that I'm talking about, and if it's worked for you. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm fixing to get on a road that's extremely curvy, and I need to have my undivided attention on the highway. But anyway, man, it's Tuesday. I hope y'all have an amazing day. Hope y'all stay hydrated. It actually feels decent right now. And hope y'all get out there and kill it today, man. But I'll cut y'all back on soon. And until then, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.